What's up guys, my name's iBlastoff and we are the SFF and welcome to yet another Buried Zombies video. In this video I'm going to show you guys 3 different camping strategies that you can use to get to high rounds very easily. Now the first strategy is the Juggernog strategy. Well, it's not really Juggernog, but we're just in the Juggernog area. Now this is in the Borough District on the Buried map. And you can see me planting a time bomb. Time bomb's kind of, it's not like you need it, but it's useful just to have it because if you get in trouble or overrun, you can just go back, rewind time to the previous round. So I'll show you why it's necessary at the end of the video for when you get unlimited max ammos. But for now, let's just continue with the strategy. So yeah, the first area, this is kind of like the 2-player camping strategy that I put up with Merkings in a previous video. I'll put a link in the description, but I've kind of simplified it. I've took out all the traps and I've only kept the necessary ones. So what you'll need for this is a turbine to be built and a subsurface resonator. Now as you can see, I'm using this strategy because I built the subsurface resonator up there at the workbench so I can easily fly up with the petrifier and get it. Now all of these strategies will use the petrifier because it's like an amazing weapon. Now Buried, it's not really a training map. It's like got so many good camping spots and it's so easy to get to higher rounds just camping with the petrifier that there's no real need to train. Now I spent a whole lot of time in this live stream because this is some footage from that, just finding different camping spots. That's why I haven't got the quick revive. I've only got 6 perks because some of them were successful and some of them weren't. But as you can see, the subsurface resonator does all the work, and this is by far the fastest strategy in order to get to higher rounds because the subsurface resonator takes them out and you just sort of add some extra damage and kill the ones that are left floating in time while they're getting destroyed by the subsurface resonators. Now, if for any reason you get overrun and you need to go get a new turbine, you can just fly over the zombies, or you can run into the green mist, which is from the use of Vulture. Now, Vulture, I'll explain that in a sec, but this is a great little spot for you to train the zombies up whilst you go pick up another turbine. So if you were to train zombies, this would probably be the spot to do it. It's just around the back outside of the saloon, and you can run a simple figure of 8 and just get the zombies like I'm doing here, train them up, get them into a group, go pick up your turbine, and then head back to the Juggernog location where you can continue the strategy. So like I say, I'm doing all these strategies just in 1 or 2 rounds because the rounds take like half an hour, and I thought it'd be quite useful to show you guys how to get in and out of these strategies, and if something goes wrong, what we can do. Now the next location for the strategy, this is not one strategy, you can use any of these locations for the whole game, you don't have to switch, I just wanted to show you guys all of them. So next one is just on this ledge right outside the bank. You just fly up using the petrifier, and like I said, the petrifier is so important to the strategy. All of these use the petrifier, and when you want to use the petrifier on this ledge, there's only a certain amount of zombies that can come up, and you just literally tap the petrifier so it doesn't overheat. So as you can see, it goes from 18 to 19 to 18 to 19, and then sometimes I might double tap it if I want it to go a little bit faster, and eventually you can just kill them until, if the petrifier overheats for whatever reason, then you can just run using Vulture into the green mist like I do now. So just take care of this last zombie, and the petrifier is like halfway to overheating, so quickly stand in the green mist, and now you can just look around and look at the zombies just running around aimlessly. They don't know where you are because what Vulture does, it kind of makes you invisible and disguises you as a zombie because you got this wretched smell around you, and the zombies just think you're one of them, so they just leave you alone, and then you can just let the petrifier cool down and just continue the strategy again, just walk out of the mist. So yeah, like I say, all you need to do on this ledge is tap, and this is the easiest strategy out of the 3 to actually go through all the rounds, high rounds. You probably won't get any downs if you do this. The only reason you'll get downed is maybe you get like 2 swipes and you'll fall off the ledge and get downed from the full damage, something like that, or I don't know, maybe you will overheat on like round 90 and then you might get trapped. But pretty much guys, you cannot go down on this strategy. It's so easy. Look at this. Like, I did this for so long using this ledge strategy. It's really simple. But yeah, like I say, the first strategy I showed you down the Juggernog alley with the 2 traps is actually the quickest, but with that one you don't get as many points like you do in this one, and you get loads of kills when you do this strategy on the ledge as well, because you're obviously constantly getting points, constantly getting kills, and that's all good for your zombie stats if you're worried about that. So that's pretty helpful. As you can see, I'm like coming up to overheating now. Just going to walk into these guys and just stand in the Vulture again, and that's pretty much it guys. You can do this for as long as possible, but I'm going to show you another location that we found that again it is possible. So outside of the saloon, what you want to do is go upstairs, and there's 2 locations where the zombies can spawn. Well, one's kind of like a hole in the wall, and the other one, which hole in the wall is kind of like round here, you'll see. So this is going to be your escape exit. No zombies come through here, which is just awesome. And we're going to use this as our little escape route. So again, we're on round 60. I think this might be coming up to round 61 actually. But yeah, I think I started a new round in here because I didn't want to go through the hassle of, you know, getting a load of zombies to chase me and whatnot. But what we want to do is just start the round in this area, which is right at the top. You're going to have zombies coming from the left door and the front window. So ideally, you just want to have that window open all the time, because then you can just get them all in one go rather than having to wait. So as these guys come in, again, all you need to do is just tap the petrifier slowly but surely. The only thing with this strategy is a great location for the early rounds, but you're more likely to get overrun than any of the other strategies, just because, I don't know, they kind of do pile through here quite quick, and you can't control as many zombies as you would like, as opposed to on the ledge, and you haven't got that backup of having the subsurface resonator. Now you could actually do the subsurface resonator trap this way and have it in this room, which probably would be quite useful, but I don't know, I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you to play around with different types of buildables and see what works best for you. And again, this one is kind of slow. It's not as quick as the other two because they have to run quite a long way from spawn, and then they kind of just all come at one go, as opposed to like coming in little batches. So I found that this one was the weakest of the three, but it's still very, very effective, and it's nice to mix it up now and then, just so you can, like, I don't know, see, I'm taking like 2 hits there. But I also find it's kind of harder to run into the green mist because you've got like crawlers and stuff in the way, and then you might get trapped, and nobody wants to get trapped. But like I say, I think I might I think the petrifier starts to overheat at some point, so I'm trying to stand in this vulture raid just so they can run away for a bit. And that's the thing with the vulture raid in this area, they do run away, and they run away quite far, so it does take quite long for them to actually get back. But again, using the petrifier, I'm sure there's plenty more locations. Like I was saying, I did try this out in various locations. Some were successful, some weren't successful. That's why I've only got 6 perks. I used up all my quick revives by this point. But guys, if you was just to pick one of these strategies, I'm just forcing myself through to get this nuke. I can't get it. You will actually, yeah, I mean, eventually you'll get to high rounds. It's so easy. So alright, now what I'm going to show you guys is what happens if you do overheat the petrifier. So you can see when the petrifier gets to 115, it will actually start to overheat. And you always want to have the paralyzer pack-a-punch to get to the petrifier, just so you know this. And I'm going to actually upload a separate series, which is a really cool series I've got in mind, which is going to show you guys 3 different parts to get into higher rounds. So early rounds, mid rounds, and higher rounds. And you can see I'm just like, petrifier's about to overheat. I just jumped down and run back to another spot. Now I'm going to upload that series, guys, this week, so hopefully you'll really like it. It should help you out. Last thing about this little strategy that you can use is a video that I posted before, where you go into the bank, use the Galvanuckles, share some points, and you'll get this drop, which is obviously the share money drop. Make sure you get a crawler before this. I had a ray gun as backup just so I could slow the crawler down. And yeah, what you want to do is give some candy to the big friendly giant, and he will change this into another drop. So you do this a couple times, eventually you'll get a max ammo. Like you see here, I think I get a carpenter. So you have so much money from the strategy by now on like round 61 that you can just go back to the candy shop, buy some candy, put another 1,000 into the share points thing, and feed the giant again, and he'll give you a max ammo. Now that's going to allow you to get a time bomb, and you can obviously save every single round, as opposed to, you know, not having a time bomb. So you've always got a little full save to fall back on, which is really nice, and yeah, it just adds to the strategy. So like I say, guys, I'm going to be uploading another series showing you guys early rounds, the best tips for the early rounds, the middle rounds, and how to get like loads of points and stuff like that. And then I'm going to show you another high rounds, which will hopefully be a training one. Hopefully would have found a cool training spot by now, and yeah, a really good way of doing it. But I think all these strategies, unless Treyarch nerf it, is going to be the best way to play this map. But it's not really the most fun way to play it. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped you and you can play some fun camping strategies. I'm sure you can mix this up and do this with like co-op and various other players, have one in one location, and I don't know, maybe someone would have to camp somewhere else, but I'll figure that out in future videos. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. Leave a like.